Hey there, Linda. How are you? Can you hear me?
Hey, Clay, doing well. How about yourself?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm
Good.
glad you're able to make it. You might be the only one tonight, which is fantastic. I'm actually I'm actually on the road. We are in
Oh, you
Elk City,
are?
yeah, Elk City, Oklahoma, and we're actually working with a church out here doing a sound upgrade for them. So that's
Oh,
why we
how
had to.
cool is that?
Yeah, so we had our girl's birthday on Monday. They turned 15, and so
15?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Driving? Are they driving?
So here's the crazy thing. Like I don't know how many people are aware of our big move, but we're actually moving to
Okay.
to, to New Jersey. And so the sad thing is, if they were staying in Texas, yes, they would be driving at 15th, but they have to wait another year because you can't get your permit until you're 16 in Jersey. So
Oh, well, maybe
one
that's a good thing.
that might be a good thing. Another, let that frontal lobe kick in a little bit more.
There you go. Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I have written children's book. It's a series, and my first book I launched it last year, March 8th, and so doing my second book. I self-published, so I'm
That's
doing my
amazing.
second. Yeah, I'm doing my second, and I'm illustrating it. And
Wow.
I have seven grandkids and
Aw.
seven books, and
Wow.
each child is doing one page, one illustration
Aw,
of the
that's
book.
so
So,
amazing. What a
yeah,
great thing.
yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's about a dog, and it's actually a dog we used to have. We got from the pound, and this dog has developed a lot of flaws, character flaws, because we were the seventh owner,
Oh my
and so the
goodness.
dog stole things, and so
Stole things. How does that work?
yeah, it's pretty interesting. The dog would steal a lot of stuff, and I've got that
So
in
like
the
when you say
book.
steal, like what are you talking about? Like
Okay, so first it started with a hat, and then shoes,
but
and
where does he
then
get these things? Does he have like a stash?
and then the dog. So I don't say this in the book, but the dog, we took it back to the pound because it just did things that the whole community. We were in a small community out in the rural area of Oregon, and this dog caused so much problems with us in the community. We had to give the dog back to the pound. They reluctantly took him back. But then I was having a garage sale maybe 6 months later, and this guy shows up and he goes, "Oh, so you had Packer Jack." That's the name of my book, Packer
Yeah, yeah,
Jack.
yeah,
And
yeah.
he lived even 20 miles more out in the country, further, and his neighbors were further than mine were. And this dog would go to the neighbors and steal tools, drills.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
this dog, this dog
Never.
was,
What?
this dog was really, really
Would he
a.
bury them? Like they just put them in
No, he would
piles?
bring them back and he would just put them, like the guy would find them all like we did. We would find it on the doorstep or just in the barnyard.
Oh my gosh, he just takes stuff.
So anyway, this
I've never
dog,
heard of a dog doing that.
yeah. So anyway, the Lord had me write this series, and it's about this dog that, um, it's like foster care. Kids are in foster care homes, and
Yeah,
like an orphan spirit, and
yeah, yeah.
and then the seventh book goes. The dog goes to obedience school, so
Oh my
he
gosh.
learns how to be polite and
Aw.
obedient.
And it's
And
it's a it's a story about a dog, but it's really a story about humans, isn't it?
it is, and it relates to adults and children, and
Oh my
it's
God.
a black book, so I encourage them to color it.
Oh, that's so amazing. What a cool thing.
Yeah.
It amazes me the cool things that people do. Like that's just I love that. And I love that you're getting to do it with your grandkids. Like to me
Yeah.
like because I'm entering into that season too, but like I call it the legacy season where
Oh yeah.
it's like you make this fundamental switch between being awesome and really like depositing your awesomeness into others so that they can, and so like what a legacy to leave to your children and your children's children. That's just
Yeah.
amazing. I
Yeah.
love it. Very cool. Amazing. Well, I can't wait to send some links to some of your work. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it's published by Amazon.com.
Yeah, perfect. What are the name? Is it a series name?
Yeah, it's Packard Jack Adventure Series.
Packer
And
Jack. That's a
it's
great
by
title.
my yeah. My author name is Linda Ray. My
That's
middle name
amazing. So,
Rae.
are these like short stories? Are they coloring books? Like, are they like short, like children's books? Like, how does
Yeah,
it
it's a
go?
children's book. It is 500 words or less.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of
And
like a Frog and Toad, like it's a hybrid between the young ages,
yeah,
like
for
7, 8 years old.
ages 5 to 10.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. So you should have a YouTube channel where you narrate and then you expound on this. Like you should totally
Yes,
like
I want to do that. I want to narrate the book.
you really well, your voice is perfect for it. So you absolutely should do that. I'm
Okay, I
definitely going
don't
to
know
be a
how to
big
go about doing that, but I'll do it.
you're in the right place. Yeah, absolutely. It's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. So that that's you just need a good microphone, a set of headphones, and just go off to the races. It's
Awesome.
not too complicated.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds good.
absolutely. But yeah, really, honestly, your voice should be on audiobooks since you're kind of familiar with publishing on Amazon. One thing that I think a lot of people like there, it's still a fairly wide open opportunity. But with ACX, are you familiar with ACX?
No.
I believe so. So you've got Amazon, and then you've got Kindle, and then you've
Uh-huh.
got the Amazon, I guess Amazon Exchange Network. But basically that's the audiobook side of so there's basically three things that are all kind of merged under Amazon. You've got Audible, which is the audiobook side of Amazon, either partner with them or took them over or whatever. And then you have the Kindle side of thing, and it all is together. But you can, as an ACX author or as an ACX voice talent, what you do is you basically search for high selling books that don't have an audiobook. And there's a ton of them. There's a ton of books that they might have a Kindle version and a paperback version, but they don't have an audiobook version. What you do is you connect with the author via Amazon, connect with the author, and you offer to read their book for free in exchange for a percentage of the royalties of the audiobook, like 50%, 40%, 30%. And a lot of them are happy to do it because they don't want to spend the thousands of dollars or whatever to hire somebody. And they'll just say, oh, yeah, I'll do that. And you're helping them, they're helping you. And it's actually a great way to get practice to get into that. But it's a great little side hustle and career hustle
Well, that's what
for
I'm gonna check that out.
you
Yes, I
you
will.
you have the perfect voice for narration and for singing for that matter, but you have a wonderful voice. So you definitely should start a YouTube channel diving into the the stories that you're telling. That's
Thank
amazing.
you. Yes, I
Some of
will
my
do that.
favorite channels that we used to use a lot were people reading children's stories or reading books, just narrating. So there's a lot of opportunity there. All right. Well, how's your voice this week?
Well, I was practicing this morning,
Good. Good.
but
Well,
I didn't get to practice that song.
okay. No worries. We can take a look at that or any other one that you are looking at. But I definitely want to look at how are the warm ups coming along? You feeling like you got a handle on those pretty good?
Yeah, the only thing I can't do are I have to go like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's actually spend a couple minutes since we have just some one-on-one time. Let's look at the lip roll. The lip roll can be one of the hardest things, and a lot of it is just if once we get the placement right, and it's really, believe it or not, learning how to do a lip roll is worth it. I struggled with it in the early days too because I had never done them. My voice teachers never really showed me, and of course, what a lot of people do is kind of put it right here around where the dimples would be, because basically what we're trying to do, yep, yep, There you go. And
Oh
so
yeah.
that's kind of the what we what the the struggle is really getting this relaxed because we really want the lips to flap and like almost be like paralyzed, right? The reason why that it's really good to learn a lip roll is because we tend to have a tight lipped, and we really want loose lips, not in the telling of secrets.
Yeah.
We really want relaxed lips that over time, at first it kind of sounds a little bit like a horse. Over time, we want to get more vibration, where it's more, where there's less air coming through, and this helps kind of get that position. But another thing that helps too is positioning the tongue, because really what we want to do is almost block the front part of the mouth. We don't want the air coming forward. We want the air coming along the sides. So we almost bite, not hard, but kind of lightly bite the front of the tongue. That's another thing. It's almost like you're doing a strawberry. Like a strawberry would be like that, but somewhere in between, and somewhere in between that, we almost do like a th sound, where and then. But what we're trying to do is get that right amount of ratio between vibration and air. And over time, as we do it, what we're shooting for is to use less and less and less air. At first, if we're pushing a lot of air through, that's where we kind of close this off. And the more you kind of, play with it and work with it, you'll find the sweet spot of guiding that air. Yeah, it takes some time, and I
Ooh,
would
it
say
tickles.
yes, and it does. That initial feeling, it itches the lips, but over time you'll get used to that, and eventually you'll just be able to. And the idea is the less air, because as we go higher, to as we go higher, we can't push as much air through. That was horrendous. I haven't warmed up today. But if you get the idea, the less air we do, then it allows us to go higher without having to push. So the first goal of just a lip roll is to use as little air as possible. So if you're feeling a lot of air, just kind of mess around with it until you can get kind of think of it like almost like a prop engine playing on an airplane. Like if a prop engine is just idling, it's going to sound a little bit like, and you can kind of get that going. There you go. Yes. Yep. The more you do it, the better it gets. And the other thing that I want to warn you about is I had to force myself to practice while other people were around, because I was getting so passionate about it that I would just do it all the time, everywhere. And I was like, okay, well, I can't do this everywhere, so I have to do this at designated times throughout the day. But it's a very valuable, because one thing that really fascinated me about it is I heard a coach say that when you learn how to vocalize through a lip roll, it is impossible to vocalize with tension. The lip roll, there's something about it that eliminates all vocal tension. Like, and it eliminates, you cannot, I don't know if it's just the brain is occupied with that, but you can't sing with tension. So it positions the mouth for perfect vocalization. So lots of benefits. So if you're not able to do it with the warm-ups, just practice it by itself. But then when you go to do the warm-ups, just substitute with any other vowel. Like if it's like, you can use any of those vowels to substitute. But let's take a look at exercise 3 and 4, because these are really the gold. These are the gold exercises. Let's go to D flat. Maybe B flat. So let's start Here on B flat. Let me hear you do that on an E vowel. So we
E.
really want to work on that first fifth. Yep.
E. E.
So you almost feel the voice flipping around, like you're just flipping registers. And so we want to get used to those intervals. Try that for me.
E.
That first one's a big jump.
E.
Try it again. Nope. Good. Do it again. So at first, until you're consistently getting, because like sometimes you're just undershooting that fifth interval. It's a tough interval. So let's do E. Your turn. Good. E. Good. Now we'll do the whole cycle. E. Good. Do it again. Good. Again. Good. It gets better every time. Can you kind of feel that sensation of the muscles are beginning to consistently learn and figure out where their position is?
Yeah, it seems like it's like right back in here.
Right. Your brain, your intuitive, well, your right brain through intuition. This is not something you can learn cognitively. This is something the left brain doesn't understand any of this. This is purely experiential. This is one of those warm-ups that I can't technically teach you how to do it. You just have to let the body, through repetition, find its way through it. But this is where the right brain, and people who say, "Oh, I'm not right brain," well, you wouldn't be able to function in life. We all need to focus, have access to our intuition at times, and so this is a purely experiential, intuitive exercise that you pick up over time by doing it. Try that for me. Good. Do it again. Good. Now we're going to do two in a row. Excellent. It's already getting better. Can you feel it? It's
Uh-huh, yes.
absolutely just repetition. Now let's try it on an ah vowel. Ah. Good. Bring your
Ah.
chin down for me a little bit and do it again.
Ah.
Good. Good. On an oo vowel on the C. Ooh. Careful not to pucker too much. Do it more through the teeth. Ooh, not ooh, but ooh. Ooh. Good. Ah. Let's slow that one down a little bit and get all those pitches.
Ooh.
Yeah. Good. Do another vowel in that one. Ooh. Not ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Excellent.
Ooh.
E.
E. E.
E. Good. Ooh. Good. E. Careful not to pucker. More ooh, not ooh, but ooh, because then we're gonna get more ooh. And you notice when I go to that high one, so like the position of my mouth, see how the corners are in? Not think of it like a UH vowel. Like up
Ah,
here.
ah, ah, ah,
Not
ah,
more of a
ah,
relax. Relax the
ah,
tongue and then
ah, ah,
right here. Try to make this sound go. There it is. And bring your chin down. Do it again. There you go. There it is. So that's what we're aiming for. Excellent. Good. This is high. We got two more to go. That's your high note right here. This is your high note. Bring your chin down. So basically, what's the reason why why that's tricky is there's a little bit too much air. So this is
Oh.
where we want to think more like a squeak. Not if you feel or hear a ha ha, it's you have to close it off and actually squeak your voice, not push air through it. That's better. Yep. Can you feel the difference? Almost like a chimpanzee. Think like a squeaky wheel. Chin down. Oh, that last one was actually closer. Yeah, yeah. So to wake up those registers, we almost employ more of a squeak. Squeak is
Oh.
basically what compression sounds like on high notes. So almost think of your voice like a squeaky wheel. Now, no, don't push your larynx up, just like a squeaky wheel, like. And you still feel there's a little bit of air leaking out. So what we do is we completely close it off, completely like almost like holding your breath, like ha, like that feeling of when you're sneezing. Go ha, like right before you do the chew part, like ha. Do that. Not when you sneeze, it's huh.
Huh,
Yep, and you
huh,
feel that stop.
huh,
Not so much air, like huh.
huh,
There you go. Okay, did you feel that stop at the end?
huh,
That is where like the full brakes are. There's no air coming through. It's like holding your breath. You hold your breath and you press down, right? Huh, and then
huh,
chew, right? So huh, chew, and then
huh,
so what? Do that. Make like a fake sneeze sound.
Achoo.
Huh,
Achoo.
chew.
Achoo.
Hut, hut. Well, you're building it up and then you're releasing. Hut, chew.
Achoo.
There you go. Exactly. So that's kind of that feeling right before the
Achoo.
chew, is everything is closed and there's pressure built up. So that pressure that we don't hear any sound yet, that is breath support. The hut, I'm pressing down, but I'm
Achoo.
not. Nothing's released yet. So that's the starting point. So if we're feeling that means we haven't compressed yet. So we fully compress and then we let little squeaks come through. Ha. That's how we get a squeak. Yep. But relax the larynx a little bit more. Don't push up on that. Go. That was more relaxed. But do you feel that air that's happening before?
Mm-hmm.
So close it off first, almost like you're holding your breath. Then, but hold your breath, no air coming through, and then release it slowly. But hold your breath, hold it completely, like you're under 10 feet underwater. Hold your breath and press down, and then release. So what's happening, and this is what we just have to teach we have to teach the voice how to do this. What you're doing is you don't even realize it. You're pressing down, and then you're releasing, and then you're pushing air through. We want to keep the press. So the idea, what we're doing is we're pressing the brakes on the voice, right? So we're stopped, but we're only slightly releasing it to make sound. Not, it's, that's closer. Can you feel the difference? And I know right now we're not making great sounds, but what we're learning is how to maintain vibration in the voice, and you are pushing up the larynx. You're going, try to be more relaxed, like try to control that air a little bit more. There's still air leaking through. Try this on an. Close your mouth and go. That's better. I think right now feeling that sensation on an is going to be easier. So think of so make some squeaky sounds with on an. Yes, that feeling you felt a little tickle in your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Completely normal. Your voice isn't used to vibrating and resonating up there. It's temporary. You're not doing it wrong. That's actually very normal. It's just you just
Okay.
tickled your voice a little bit. That's all. So try this. Go. There you go. Okay. So that's the sensation. Can you feel that that was more based on vibration, not air? So there you go. So that's vibration. But before you was like, and then you switched over to there you go. It's not that it's hard. You just have to get familiar with that sensation because it's not familiar to a lot of us. But that right there, getting a hold of that, whether you're making an sound or ooh, 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 we want to be able to squeak the voice because that's how we're going to be able to make higher sounds and get to our head voice without strain. It's
Mm.
really the air that we push. It's the more we push and the more air we push through. That's where vocal strain really comes from. It doesn't come from vibration, and
Mm.
we can get power and presence and emotion and all that without strain by just learning how to. Yes, yes. So we've made a lot of really fun sounds. So
So I
let's
can feel
try,
the air going out.
huh? Yes. Okay. So if you feel air happening before sound, hold your breath more. Don't let any air leak out. So what's happening is you're opening the air before you push sound through. Keep it closed, press it closed, and then press down on the belly to let sound come through that press. So while you're compressed, while you're holding
Mm.
your breath, press down on the belly. Don't open this. Press down. Think of it like on a balloon. If I pinch the end and
Ah.
I don't and I keep it real tight here, but if I press
Mm.
on the balloon part, it's going to push air, but it's going to slap right back. So like holding my breath, but not you're releasing it. You don't even realize that you're releasing it. Hold on, like press down. Don't stop pressing here. There you go. That's closer. I promise you'll get used to it. Like are
Okay.
you starting to kind of feel the difference between sound starting with air versus sound starting with vibration?
Yeah.
It's it's super powerful. A lot of times
Mm.
we do it when we're talking without realizing it. Again, so like if I was talking and I'm like, if I was talking real breathy, you'd hear the breath and I'd have to
Right.
take a lot of breaths, but we realize that we can't do that, so we start compressing our voice, and so we're a little bit more comfortable with compressing our voice on lower frequencies or lower pitches, right? And that's it's so if I'm kind of holding my breath a little bit, this is what it might sound like, right? But then if I go higher and I do the same thing, which we don't tend to do that, if I want to hold on to my air, it's going to sound a little bit squeakier, squeaky, squeaky. Say that. Go squeaky.
Squeaky.
Not squeak. Not squeaky.
Squeaky.
There you go. Squeaky.
Squeaky.
There you go. Could you feel the difference there? That felt more vibration, less air.
Yes.
We're basically just teaching the body how to think almost in reverse of what it wants to do. Right now, it wants to push air through your vocal cords. We don't
Mm.
want to push air through the vocal cords. We want to get the vocal cords themselves to vibrate. And
Mm.
that is the fundamental
Mm-hmm.
difference
That
between
makes sense.
compression of the
Mm.
vocal cords and uncompression. Uncompressed singing is very breathy. It's like mentally you're thinking of your voice as if it's a flute. Whoo, whoo.
Mm.
We even call it a fluty tone. Like that's the classical term for heady or falsetto or breathy singing. And the way it looks visually slow is if I'm singing uncompressed, my vocal cords are basically open, and as I push air through them, they'll occasionally slap together, of course, very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's making sound like that. Okay? So think of that visual, okay? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Compression is the opposite of that. Compression means I start from a closed position, I press down on the belly to let an air bubble through, and then it immediately claps shut.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so which claps are louder, these
Those look
or
breathy.
these?
Those, yeah.
The reason why these are louder is because the pressure is pushing inward to be closed. The compression is pushing my vocal cords together, and so as the air comes up, they're wanting to slap back to a closed position, as opposed to being open and kind of slapping together and remaining to an open position. So I want you to try this. Hold up your hands just like I did. I want you to clap them together and come back open. Okay, that's the way most of us vocalize. Now, I want you to do what I just did. Clap them shut and hold them shut. Okay, do you see how much more presence there was in that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, while they're shut, clap them again and hold them shut. And do it again. Okay, do it the other way. And do it the other way.
Mm.
You feel how one has more, because you feel that
Yes.
it's wanting to be closed and it only opens up for a second to let a little bit of air through and it immediately closes. Okay, now visually, as you watch me doing this, which one of these methods leaks out more air? This one
Mm-hmm.
or this one?
The other one.
The other one by a long shot, because this is open most of the time, whereas with this one, it's closed most of the time.
Mm.
That's the difference between compressed singing and uncompressed singing. Compressed singing is always going to be more powerful, less effort, more power, less strain, less fatigue. So, what expends more energy? What do you feel more energy expend? This or that? So I want you to do this clap where you're opening and returning to an open position versus
This is more energy.
exactly because you're moving this way and you're moving this way.
Hmm.
The other one is so it's half the energy, double the sound.
So, um, the example that you gave on the membership, where it's they sing, "This is the day,"
Hmm.
that music, I listened to it again, and that's kind of what you're saying is where that woman was singing. She was singing like this and very powerful, and it was just coming out
Yes,
like
with zero
this.
effort.
No, it was beautiful.
And it's beautiful. And the thing is, anybody can do this. It just
Mm.
takes you have to almost it's reverse thinking.
Hmm.
It's not physically hard to do, but it's kind of like, okay, did you ever learn to play piano? Did you ever learn the basics of piano?
Yes,
Okay, did you ever learn about using a sustain pedal?
I was getting there. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So sustain pedal is one of those weird things because what we naturally want to do is press down on the sustain pedal on the beat, like as if we're tapping to the beat. And then we lift up and then come back down on the beat. But actually, the sustain pedal is completely opposite of that. So we have to learn how to put our hands on the keyboard while we lift our foot to release the sustain and then come back down. So that there's this opposite mechanism of the sustain pedal where it's like
Mm.
up, down. Instead of down, 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 it's up, down, up,
Mm.
down. And I remember the first time my teacher taught me that, it felt so weird. Now it feels as
Hmm.
natural as anything.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like this is just one of those times where you have to reverse your thinking. And
Hmm.
like for the last 5 minutes, I've been appealing to your cognitive. So this is me
Hmm.
explaining it so that your poor left brain, who never knows what's going on, can at least cognitively understand. Now that doesn't mean that you're going to know how to do it, but
Hmm.
at least helps your left brain go, okay, I understand conceptually. Now, practically on the right side, the intuitive side, we're basically making squeaky wheel sounds.
Mm.
Not ha, not ha. So hold your breath, press down on your belly, but don't make sound. Because if you feel leakage, you're opening this without realizing it. I mean, like you're at the bottom of the pool. If you let air out, that's precious air. You don't want any air to get let out. Hold your breath and press down on your belly. Okay, no air came out. Now, what we do is that we release this only enough to let a little bit of air come out, but no air. There you go. There you go. That's the idea.
It sounds like a balloon letting the,
Yes, exactly.
yes.
Exactly. And that is the essence. You get a hold of that. That in essence is breath control. At the end of the day, we're not actually controlling our breath. We're controlling this. We're controlling
Ah,
the
yeah.
muscles that close the vocal cords because you can't press on the abdomen if there's no tension up here for that to push against. Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Now try it on an ooh vowel. There you go. That's how that works. And so when you factor that in while you do these type of exercises, it's more of a squeak as you go up. And even me, like when I'm working through that, my registers might be disconnected. I have to connect them, but I have to connect them through resonance, not air. And that just comes with
Oh,
practice.
that's
So
good.
like up here, let's do this one. Are you beginning to feel, that's very good. Are you beginning to feel how now it's like slowly but surely your voice is
Hmm.
relaxing and
Yes.
it's more fundamentally relying on vibration rather than air?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the beginning of vocal control.
Oh,
You learn
great.
how to control that, it changes everything. It keeps your voice healthy, it keeps your voice young as you get old. It basically freezes your voice in time.
Wow.
You'll
That's awesome.
actually you'll reduce age and your voice will freeze. I've been really studying people because as I get into I'm in my mid 50s now. Next year will be my 55th birthday, which is well
Okay.
over the hill, well over it. I
He's still
listen to
young.
I listen to a lot of the artists that I grew up listening to. One of my favorite vocalists. He's kind of come up in recent years because his story is so interesting. Do you recall an artist by the name of Christopher Cross?
Was Yeah, it sounds familiar. Was he with Crosby, Still, and
No,
Nash?
nope, different. They were also very good. Christopher Cross had uh, basically the year before Michael Jackson swept the Grammys. Christopher Cross in 1981. He was the Michael Jackson of '81. Interesting story, but you would know probably a couple of his songs. One of his most famous songs, the song that got him Best Artist of the Year, Best Album of the Year, Best Single of the Year, all of them, was a song called "Sailing." Sailing,
Oh,
take me
yes.
away to where I'm. But just
Yeah.
beautiful tenor voice, right? And then
Yes.
he went on to write the Arthur's theme from the Arthur movie. When you get caught between the moon and New York City. You remember that song? Right? But he had this beautiful tenor voice, like high notes that were just so they sailed and they were like funny. The sailing song, his voice really sailed. He had the most
Hmm.
beautiful tenor voice, really. I mean, that I know of. And as he got into his 50s, he still had a good voice, but it just was different. And I was like, man, like it's what got me so passionate about maintaining the voice because my voice has had the opposite effect. Like instead of my voice being at its peak in my 20s, that's actually not true. My voice was actually terrible in my 20s. My voice is absolutely peaking out right now because of these exercises. These artists that had great voices but
Yeah.
didn't have vocal like long-term vocal strategies to maintain their voice. They began
Yeah,
to
I've
experience
noticed.
decline.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when you're young, your body lets you get away with things. As you get
Mm,
older, it relies more and more on technique, warm-ups,
mm,
exercise,
hmm.
and just care. But the flip side is that if you take care of your voice, you will maintain its youth all the
Mm.
way through. I mean, I know of singers that like a good friend of mine, good friend of mine, he just had his 82nd birthday, and his voice sounds better than it did in his 30s. He's still rocking out on guitar and singing like to me he's like one of my heroes. He's amazing. And so I'm like he's always the guy that I look to that if he is still vocalizing and singing the same high notes, like he hasn't declined one bit. He's still singing the same
Wow,
songs in the
that's
same
awesome.
key. So I'm like that's so encouraging to me. So
Hmm.
if there's a technique or if there's a warm up or if there's a daily routine that I can do that's going to protect my voice, like do it. And all I can say is that it has my voice has benefited. That's why I get so excited. And at the end of the day, it's not the songs we sing. It's these little silly exercises that keep the voice moving in directions that we don't necessarily do on a daily basis, but it keeps us protected and all of that. So
Yeah.
awesome. So I would like to hear you sing. Is there something you can sing for me today or we could look at the one that we talked about?
Yeah, we can look at the one we talked about, the fresh wind.
Yes. Did you familiarize yourself with it, or is it still pretty new?
Well, um, so as I was doing my vocal practice, I in listening to your your lessons, I realize that when I sing this, I need to be more of like pouty,
Yeah, yeah.
whiny.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes. For some reason, that quality really translates when we're singing. It doesn't really translate when we're talking. When we're talking and I'm a little pouty, it doesn't translate. It just sounds kind of whiny. It doesn't
Yeah,
sound good. But for some reason, when I turn it into a song, it works. I don't know why. I
yeah,
don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know
yeah.
why. I don't-
So
But
that's what it was. I was practicing "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star."
yeah, that's always a good
That's
one.
what it was.
Okay, so sing a little bit of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star for me.
Okay.
That's always a good one because if you can make that sound
Yeah.
good, you can make anything sound good.
Okay. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Actually, very good. Your compression's very good. And so one of the subtle things that we want to think of when we think of whining or pouting, sometimes it leans a little bit too on the whiny side. And so, I don't want it to be whiny like that. I want it to be more pouty like this, a little bit more attitude. So all
Attitude.
that needs is a little bit more pouty. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. It's so put a little bit of a pout shout into
Okay.
that sound and try it again.
All right. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you
That's pretty
are.
good. That's pretty good. So now if we were to put a little bit of attitude to it. So I don't want you to sing it this time. I just want you to say, "Twinkle, twinkle, little star." See, that's like a little bit of attitude with it.
Okay. Twinkle, twinkle, little
But we
star,
don't want to push
how.
the voice up here. Put it
Okay.
down more in your gut a little bit. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Not twinkle, 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 twinkle. Like you're gonna get a little bit of power. Twinkle, twinkle. I know it's not twinkle, twinkle. That's like it is kind of a funny word. That's what I'm saying. If you can do it with this song, you can do it with any
Okay.
song. Twinkle, like you're almost like
Twinkle,
not
okay.
twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle,
You like
twinkle,
twinkle.
twinkle,
Good. Twinkle,
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 twinkle.
little star.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
So it's the L. So instead of making the L
Twinkle,
sound, we want the vowel. Twinkle, not twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle.
twinkle,
Not O.
twinkle.
We don't want to sing
Twink-
through the L. So
Okay.
that we have what are called tonal consonants. Consonants that we consonants that we can sing through. L, mm, mm. Those are tonal consonants. We don't want to sing through those. We
Okay.
always want to sing through the vowel, not the consonant. So in other words, instead of twinkle, twinkle, it's
Twinkle,
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 twinkle.
twinkle.
Not but you're trying to make that L sound. Twink and then at L at the very end. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle.
Do you feel yourself going to the L? Oh. So we're gonna remove the L altogether. I
Twinkle.
want you to see twinka, twinka.
Twinka.
Good. And then hold that, and at the end of sound, make an L.
Twinkle.
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 Do you feel that L wanting to sneak in there?
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. That's
Twinkle.
already better. Twinkle.
Twinkle.
Much better. So, okay, so I call that freezing the vowel.
Twinkle.
Yeah. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle. Twinkle.
Good. Twinkle. Just that word.
Twinkle.
Good. And just fight the urge to. So we have to unlearn our diphthongs. A diphthong would be twinkle, twinkle. We put the L right at the end of it.
Twinkle,
Good. Twinkle,
twinkle,
twinkle.
twinkle, twinkle,
Little
little
star,
star.
how I wonder what you are.
How I wonder what you are.
What you, not
You,
what you, but what
what,
you, what
what,
you are.
what you,
You can
what
connect it,
you
just don't connect it with a
are.
CH sound. What you are.
What you
Don't
are.
disconnect it, keep them together. Not what you, but what you. What you are.
What you are.
Good. Up above the sky so high.
Up above the sky so
A little bit
high.
more attitude. Up above the sky so high.
Up above the sky so high.
Up above the sky so high.
Up above the sky so
Even more
high.
attitude. Up above the sky so high.
Up above the sky so high.
Like a diamond in the sky.
Like a diamond in the sky.
Great. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. That was horrible, but you can do better. I did it terrible.
Twinkle, twinkle. Did I say that right? Okay.
That was better. Yeah.
Twinkle, twinkle,
That's a little
little
better.
star.
Keep going, keep going. How I wonder what you are.
How I wonder what you are.
And instead of wonder, it's wonder. Good.
Wonder.
How I wonder what you are.
How I wonder what you are.
Good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Thank
And we haven't even gotten to fresh wind yet. We got 6 minutes. Let me hear a little bit of
you.
fresh wind. But
Okay.
whether we're singing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or Fresh Wind, the
Okay.
idea is the same. Um, so we're in B flat. So we could do a Fresh Wind in B flat, or we could do it. Are you doing it with the recording? You just singing it a cappella?
I'll try it a cappella
Okay. So then
if I
we're here.
remember the.
Da 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 da. Unless that's too
Oh,
low.
yeah.
Da 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 da.
Da-da-da-da. Spirit, sound, rushing wind, fire of God, fall within. Holy Ghost, breathe on us, we pray.
Great, great. And much improved. So again, we're gonna really neutralize those vowels. Uh, Remind me of the first line. Rushing. Wait. Spirit.
Spirit, sound, rushing wind, fire of God, fall within.
Good. Where
Holy
are you
Ghost.
originally from? Are you originally from Oregon?
No, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. Okay, so I hear a little bit of that Wisconsin accent. So with singing, really accents are completely birthed through diphthongs. We have accents based upon how we transition vowels. So a lot of times, even if a singer is from Ireland or Italy or Spain or Mexico, if they learn the international vowel technique of singing, you generally can't hear accent in their voice. And it comes back to what we were talking about before, freezing the vowel. So that first line, spirit sound, is it spirit sound?
Yes.
Okay.
Spirit, sound.
So our first diphthong, spirit, spear. It's almost like we're saying the word spear it. So what we want is spirit.
Spirit,
Spin, and both of them.
spirit,
Yeah. So instead of spear, this is kind of the fundamental uh, shift in thinking. We don't go. We're not aiming for the R. We're aiming for the vowel. Spin. Good. And
spirit.
then we see we divide it there, and then we go spirit, and then we go to our next frozen vowel. Spirit.
Spirit, spirit,
But not spear. It's spear. Spear is
spirit,
one vowel.
spirit, sound.
Good. Okay, so you did spirit good. Now our next diphthong is sound. Sound is a classic diphthong. It's one of the original diphthongs. Watch this. Sound. That's what we don't want to sing. We never want to
Okay.
sing through a diphthong. We actually want to freeze that one too. Sound. So we freeze the first part of sound. Sound.
Sound,
And then we do the diphthong at the very end, very quick. Sound.
sound,
Good. Sound.
sound, sound,
Good. Spirit sound.
spirit,
Good.
sound,
And instead of like the R being stretched out, we don't want to stretch out because again,
okay,
we don't want to sing through that consonant.
spirit,
There you go.
sound,
Spirit sound.
spirit, sound,
Good. Yeah. So basically now we're
sound,
magnetizing towards the vowel, not the consonant.
mm.
Another thing that so instead of
Spirit,
spirit sound, like
spirit,
spirit sound.
spirit, sound.
Good. Does that make sense?
Yes.
We're kind of trudging through it slowly because
Mm.
this, again, all the little knobs, like it's like you're in a cockpit of an airplane.
Spirit.
All the little knobs make a huge difference. And vowel transitions is huge. It's what separates what sounds like average or um, intermediate, or, moderate singers to the pros. They freeze the vowel. They don't transition vowels while they sing. It's all controlled. So basically, in singing, we're only allowed a handful of the many, many. There's hundreds and hundreds of vowel sounds that the human voice is capable of making, but in singing, we're only allowed to make five. So it's like we limit the palette of vowels, and somehow that sounds better. I don't know why, but it
So,
does.
so when I look at a song, well, when I pick a song and I'm gonna sing it, how do I know how to do those?
That's great. Okay, so give me an example. We'll take a couple minutes. Give me an example of a song like that that we can look at from scratch because I can show you an easy way to do this.
Okay. Um, um, Let me. Um, I don't know.
Okay. Let's see. Well, let's just look at this one. Okay, so I'm going to pull up Fresh Wind lyrics. Okay, and pull up the lyrics on your end, and I'm going to
Okay.
show you how we attack this because this is really important. So you can almost look at the lyrics, even print them out, or write them out. So what we look at is think of every note that you sing ends with the vowel. So not like, in other words, before like the first word is spirit. So we tend to look at like you almost think of it like a syllable. The first syllable here is spi. The second syllable is rit. So you put a dash between the I and the R.
Oh,
Spi. All right. So the
okay.
R isn't the end of the consonant. It's not spear. It's spi. Then the second consonant,
Spirit,
spirit. All right. Spirit.
spirit,
Spirit.
spirit,
Yeah, but it's not spear it. It's spirit. Spirit.
spirit,
Yes.
spirit,
Spirit. But within both
spirit. Oh,
Yes,
that's good.
yeah.
Okay, that
So
helps.
we're thinking about, so think about it
Spirit,
like you're magnetizing towards the vowel. Spirit,
spirit,
rit. Yeah.
spirit,
So this
sound,
first sound, okay, so we have an OU, ow, right? So the first sound you make on is an ah.
ah,
So we hold on the
spirit,
sound, and then we do the ow at the end.
sound,
Good. Sound.
sound,
Excellent. But just watch out for slow transition because what you're going to want to do at
sound,
first is go sound. We want sound. You want the diphthong quick,
sound.
not
Okay.
sound, but sound.
Sound.
Yes. So you put your diphthong or you put the vowel transition very quick at the very end. Because the reason why is because diphthongs don't sing very well. Sound. So we put the part that tells us the word sound at the very end. Sound. You see what I
Ah,
did there?
yes.
Yes. So we take the first part of the sound and we freeze that. Ra. So ra. Shing. Ra. So you put the dash between the U and the S. Ra. Shing. And we magnetize towards the
Rushing.
vowel. Rushing.
Rushing.
Good. We.
Wind.
Not wind, but wind.
Wind.
Excellent. So and you literally go syllable by syllable, not fire, but so again, we have one syllable. Fire is one
Far.
syllable, but it sounds like two. Fire,
Mm,
fire. We don't want fire,
no.
but that's the way a lot of us pronounce it. We put a diphthong on it. Fire, fire.
Far.
Yeah, fire. And literally a very
Far.
tiny short end at the end. Fire.
Far.
Yes.
Far.
Of
Of
God.
God.
You notice that the of and God uses the exact vowel,
Of God. Mm-hmm.
and
Of
really fire too. Fire of God. You notice how even though it's an I, the vowels all felt like the same. Fire of God.
fire of God.
Good. That's how. So by really smushing or blending those
Yes.
vowels, those three words came together as a phrase. They weren't fire of God,
Mm.
fire of God. Hear the difference?
Fire of God.
Good. Fall, again, same vowel as God.
Fall,
Fall
fall,
within.
fall within.
Good. Holy Ghost. So again, the ho of holy and the go of
Holy,
ghost, same vowel. Holy Ghost.
Holy Ghost.
There you go. That's how you do it. Does that help?
Wow. Yes, it does.
You
Mm-hmm.
literally go
Yeah.
syllable by syllable and you draw those dashes and just think whenever there's a vowel, you almost want to freeze on that. And so going through it really slowly helps you learn those patterns so that you over time can do it faster. Spirit sound,
Ah, yes.
rushing wind, fire of God, fall within. Makes
Yes.
sense? So
Yes, it
really,
does.
really focus on just freezing those vowels. And if you're ever wondering, well, what part of the vowel do I freeze on? The one that sounds the best. Ah, I, u. Those are the only ones. So those are the ones we freeze on.
Eh, oh, ooh. Good.
Fa, oh, that's an ah. Fa, and even though it's an I, see, because our brain says it's an I, we want to freeze on fi. No, that doesn't. Fire.
Yes.
It makes sense. So you
Yes.
just kind of feel your way through it, but the more you practice, because there's only so many vowels, there's only five
Right.
of them. You got five to choose from. You pick the one that sounds the best. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to make music, not words. Amazing session. Wow.
Yeah,
Seriously,
thank
like
you so
you can
much.
sit.
I learned a lot.
You did some great work tonight.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
I,
Wonderful.
I feel like I'm catching on.
You are catching on. It happens little by little, but the more those little light bulbs go off, I'm telling you, it all starts applying itself not only to your singing, but to your speaking. It's going,
Yes.
everything's going to get progressively better as a result. Fantastic. Well, thanks for going a few minutes over with me. Let me pray for you,
All
and then
right.
if you have
Thank
any
you.
questions, we can go through that and then just wrap up for the night. Sound good?
Okay. Sounds great.
Awesome. Father, I just thank you for Linda. Thank you that we got this time together. Lord, just I continue to pray that she would begin to just use the gifts that you've given her and that she would use her voice. Lord, what a beautiful instrument. Can't wait to see what you want to do with it. Lord, keep her safe until next time. And we just give thanks for this time. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All
Any
right. Yeah.
questions before we wrap up?
No, actually, you've covered it all. Thank you.
Amazing. Awesome. Well, I'm glad we got this one-on-one time tonight. It's kind of sometimes when I change the time, I'm like, somebody's going to show up and they're going to get a one-on-one. And so I'm,
Well,
I'm glad
I
it was
sure am
you.
blessed. Thank you.
Well, so good getting to spend time with you, and you're doing so good. Keep up the great work.
And thank you. You are a great teacher.
I appreciate
Appreciate
that. That
you.
really is encouraging.
Yeah, appreciate it. All
Appreciate you.
right.
Have a great night.
All right. Thank you, Clay. Bye bye.